Ya, sambil menunggu nasinya turun.
While waiting for your rice to actually go down,
Tadi saya telah mengirim satu suta yang menarik, yang mana suta ini bisa menjadi satu penguat keyakinan sehubungan dengan meletakkan perhatian pada tubuh jasmani.
I have shared a sutta that is about how we pay attention to our body.
Sudah dikirimkan?
Sudah yang sentral.
Ya.
Mau di
Ya, Bu, dibaca aja.
Oh.
Ya. Oh, mau ditampilkan?
Mau ditampilkan?
Boleh. Ya. Mungkin di antara Anda sudah pernah membaca sebelumnya. Ya, kita penyegaran kembali, mengingat supaya memperkokoh keyakinan di dalam pengembangan perhatian pada tubuh.
Maybe some of you have ever read this sutta, so now it is a time to refresh, to strengthen our faith understanding in the practice of paying attention to the body.
Judulnya Jana Pada Kalyani.
The title of the sutta is Jana Pada Kalyani Sutta.
Ya, dibaca sendiri dah. Iya, mungkin ada satu yang membaca dah.
Ya, nanti saya bacakan ya.
Jadi tidak usah dari bahasa Indonesia ke bahasa Inggris.
Oke.
Oke, harusnya.
Bentar nanti dilihat. Oke. So the finest lady in the land. So I've heard. At one time, the Buddha was staying in the land of the Sumbas, near the town of the Sumbas called Sedaka. There the Buddha addressed the mendicants. Mendicants, Venerable Sir, they replied. The Buddha said this: Mendicants, suppose that on hearing the finest lady in the land, a large crowd would gather, and the finest lady in the land would dance and sing in a most thrilling way. On hearing the finest lady in the land is dancing and singing, the finest lady in the land is dancing and singing, an even larger crowd would gather. Then a person would come along who wants to live and doesn't want to die, who wants to be happy and recoils from pain. They'll say to him, Mister, this is a bowl full of the brim with oil. This is a bowl full to the brim with oil. You must carry it in between this large crowd and the finest lady in the land. And a man with a drawn sword will follow right behind you. Wherever you spill even a drop, he will chop off your head right there. What do you think, mendicants? Will that person lose focus on that bowl and negligently get distracted outside? No, sir. I've made up this simile to make a point, and this is what it means. A bowl of oil filled to the brim is a term for mindfulness of the body. So you should train like this. We will develop mindfulness of the body. We will cultivate it, make it our vehicle and our business. Keep it up, consolidate it, and properly implement it. That's how you should train.
Itu adalah satu sutta yang menarik, yang mana di sutta itu ada perumpamaan tentang bagaimana seseorang hendaknya berlatih di dalam meletakkan perhatian pada tubuh jasmani.
There is a very interesting sutta whereby it actually teaches us on how we should pay attention to our body in a simile.
Mungkin di antara Anda bertanya,
Maybe among you there will be question.
mengapa meletakkan perhatian pada tubuh jasmani?
Why place the attention to the body?
Umumnya kita ini adalah manusia dengan tanha carita.
Generally, we are human with tanha carita.
Tanha carita adalah kita ini adalah seseorang yang dengan watak penuh dengan nafsu keinginan.
Tanha carita means that we are beings with a lot of cravings.
Yang membuat kita menderita tidak lain adalah tanha.
What makes us suffer is none other than the craving.
Itulah sebabnya supaya kita tidak terbawa oleh tanha.
Therefore, so that we are not carried away by tanha,
sangat baik sekali yakni meletakkan perhatian pada tubuh jasmani.
it is thus very good to actually put our attention to the body.
Nafas masuk, nafas keluar, ini juga tubuh jasmani.
Breathing in and breathing out, that is also the body.
Disebutkan kaya sangkara.
And it's called kaya sankara.
Kaya sangkara itu adalah bentukan tubuh, adalah nafas masuk dan nafas keluar.
Kaya sankara means that the form of the body is in the breathing in and breathing out.
Tubuh ini ada karena ada nafas masuk, nafas keluar.
This body exists because there is the breathing in and breathing out process.
Jadi tubuh ini tidak ada kalau tidak ada nafas masuk, nafas keluar.
So this body will not exist without the breathing in and breathing out.
Siapa yang hari ini istirahat tidak bernapas masuk, tidak bernapas.
So who is actually take a pause and no breathing in and out?
Semua bernafas. Kenapa? Karena semua punya tubuh jasmani.
So everyone is breathing. Why? Because everyone has a body.
Jadi, kalau kita tidak bisa memperhatikan nafas masuk, nafas keluar, kita bisa memperhatikan yakni aktivitas dari tubuh kita.
So if we are not able to pay attention to the breathing in and breathing out, we can thus pay attention to the activities of the body.
Maka dari itu, kalau kita membuka di dalam Satipatthana, bagian dari Kayanupasana, selain ada napas masuk, napas keluar, di sana juga ada Iriyapata. Iriyapata itu postur tubuh, meliputi meletakkan perhatian, menyadari saat ini sedang duduk, menyadari saat ini sedang berjalan, menyadari saat ini sedang berdiri, maupun menyadari saat ini sedang berbaring. Namanya Iriyapata. Panjang ya?
Sutanya Bante.
Satipatthana.
Okay.
Satipatthana, betul.
Okay. So when referencing to Satipatthana, there is this term called Iriyapata.
Ya, bagian dari Kayanupasana.
Yeah, a part of Kayanupasana, whereby we place attention and put our attention, bring the attention to while now we are sitting or now we are walking, or whether we are actually standing or lying down.
Jadi kalau tidak bisa memperhatikan nafas masuk, nafas keluar, bisa juga dengan memperhatikan Iriyapata.
So when we are not able to actually paying attention to the breathing in and breathing out, we can actually pay attention to this Iriyapata.
Iriyapata itu postur yang sekarang sedang dikerjakan.
Which is the posture that currently the body is doing.
Jadi kalau berjalan, ya menjadikan ya aktivitas tubuh sedang berjalan itu yang diperhatikan.
So while you are walking, that means that you are using the walking activity as your attention.
Atau saat duduk, memperhatikan saat ini sedang duduk, terus menerus.
Or while you are sitting down, you are aware that you are sitting down and build that awareness continuously.
Atau pada saat berdiri, ya saat berdiri memperhatikan saat ini sedang berdiri.
Or when you are standing, paying attention that now you are standing.
Dan menyadari kalau berbaring saat ini sedang berbaring.
And being aware that if you are lying down, now you are lying down.
Jadi ini bisa digunakan juga. Ya, kenapa tadi saya sampaikan memperhatikan postur tubuh ya, untuk menjagani. Siapa tahu di antara Anda sukar sekali memperhatikan napas masuk, napas keluar.
So this can also be done if you are facing difficulty in observing the breathing in and breathing out process.
Untuk memperkuat, ya selain Iriyapata, untuk memperkuat kita punya landasan perhatian pada tubuh, itu juga bisa yang ketiga, yaitu sampajana. Sampajana itu memperhatikan gerak-gerik tubuh jasmani, baik saat makan, berjalan, bersih-bersih, sampai dikatakan di dalam sutta, buang air kecil pun juga disadari.
And therefore, to strengthen your awareness, there is also the third method, which is the development of sampajana. And with the development of the sampajana, you are simply being aware of the activities that you are doing, whether are you eating or whether you are sitting, up to the moment when you also go to the toilet by urinating, you are also aware of that process.
Ini disampaikan sebagai bekal. Siapa tahu ada karma baik sehingga bisa ikut retret yang panjang.
This is shared as a tips for you. Bekal ya, tips ya. Clue or tips so that you are actually will be ready for the retreat of longer duration.
Jadi ketika sudah sampai di sana, Anda sudah tahu apa yang harus dikerjakan.
So when you reach that place, that is the place of the retreat, you will know what needs to be done.
Ya, ini sebagai upaya ya untuk membantu meletakkan kita punya kebiasaan membangun perhatian.
So this is an effort that is to be trained,
membangun perhatian. Ya.
To be trained to develop your awareness.
Selain tadi, ya kita bagus juga yang tadi di sebelumnya senantiasa memunculkan tentang kebijaksanaan tentang ketidakkekalan. Ini penting ini.
Besides, it is also very important to develop the wisdom of impermanence.
Supaya nanti untuk bekal, kalau seseorang nih, ini perlu saya sampaikan, kalau seseorang, ya, jika seseorang mampu memahami ketidakkekalan,
which will serve as a cue if someone is able to understand and comprehend the impermanence,
seseorang itu dengan sendirinya akan punya ketenangan.
He or she will have peace.
Ya, kita banyak mendengar kisah-kisah di zaman Sang Buddha, salah satunya adalah kisah Ibu Kisah Gotami.
We've heard a lot of stories in the Buddha's life, and one of them is about Kisah Gotami.
Ya, tahu ceritanya kan ya?
Do you know the story?
Ya, yang ibu yang kehilangan anaknya, yang pengen anaknya hidup lagi itu.
The mother who actually lost his child and then wished for his child to return back from the death.
Yang Sang Buddha memberi petunjuk, carilah segenggam biji lada dari keluarga yang belum pernah mengalami kematian.
So what the Buddha said is that go ahead and find the seeds of mustard seeds from the family whose family members have not ever died before.
Nah, dari situ ibu itu akhirnya paham, ya, segalanya ini ya tidak kekal.
From that process, Kisah Gotami actually understand that everything is impermanent.
Tidak hanya dirinya, tetapi juga keluarga-keluarga yang lain juga.
Not only herself, but also this applies to all other family outside of her.
Itulah sebabnya setiap kali kita latihan meditasi selalu ada pengulangan tentang anicca.
That is why when we actually practice meditation, there is always a repetitions on anicca.
Supaya ya, secara pandangan kita sudah mengerti, ya. Secara pandangan kita sudah mengerti tentang ketidakkekalan.
So that in our basis of view, we fully understand on impermanence.
Karena kalau tidak diulang-ulang, ketika nanti dihadapkan pada yang sulit, nanti takutnya sulit menerima.
Because if this is not repeated, when the difficult situation come upon us, it will become very difficult for us to accept.
Kalau situasinya baik-baik saja, kita bisa menyebut, oh ini tidak kekal.
If everything is actually very good and very well, we can also say that this is impermanent.
Tetapi kalau situasinya tidak baik, kita bukannya tidak tahu tidak kekal, justru bertanya, kok bisa ya?
But if let's say we are faced with something that is not favorable to us, instead of reflecting on impermanence, the natural reaction is that, how can?
Itulah sebabnya dalam cara belajar Dhamma itu adalah pengulangan.
And therefore the way of how to learn the Dhamma is through repetitions.
Ya, begitu ya. Berkenaan dengan Janapada Kalyani yang suta tadi, itu mengingatkan ya sangat besar sekali manfaatnya meletakkan perhatian pada tubuh jasmani.
Therefore, as you see in the sutta, it is very, very beneficial to actually put your attention to your body.
Jadi sewaktu Anda meditasi jangan berpikir saya maunya senang.
So therefore, when you are meditating, don't think about what I want is actually to be and to enjoy or to be happy.
Jadi jangan berpikir saya pengen rileks, pengen tenang. Ada yang bilang kalau bisa saya tidak usah berpikir.
So some will say that I want to relax, I don't want to think about anything if possible.
Tetapi dalam meditasi Buddhis ini justru kita melatih supaya kita muncul kebijaksanaan.
But in the Buddhist meditation, we train so that insight might arise.
Supaya kita bisa memahami kehidupan sebagaimana adanya.
So that we can understand this life as what it is.
Mungkin itu penjelasannya.
Yeah, so that is the explanation.
Nanti bisa di antara ibu bapak bisa meditasi jalan ya.
Later on, among some of us, we can practice walking meditation.
Saya akan peragakan supaya Anda bisa melihat.
I will demonstrate so that you can see.
Tidak hanya untuk di sini, siapa tahu di rumah lagi banyak pikiran, cangkang mana lah.
Not only for here, but when you go back to home, if you have a lot of thoughts, right, then you can also practice this.
Ya, nanti bisa diperhatikan ya.
You can pay attention.
Gimana? Kelihatan nggak ya?
Ya, kelihatan nanti. Ya, boleh Bante.
Nah, sebelum kita meditasi berjalan,
before we do walking meditation,
berusahalah untuk menenangkan tubuh jasmaninya.
Try to calm down your body.
Kita punya telapak kaki ini ya tidak terlalu menempel.
Our sole of a feet will not be so grounded.
Telapak tangan bisa diletakkan di depan.
Your palms, you can put it in front of you.
Sudut pandang mata kurang lebih 2 meter ke depan.
your eyesight will be gazing about 2 meters forward.
Saat meditasi berjalan, matanya terbuka.
Okay. As you are doing walking meditation, your eyes are open.
Biasanya,
Usually,
kalau saya melatih di Indonesia,
when I train in Indonesia,
untuk meditasi jalan, ada 3 tahap.
for walking meditation, there are 3 stages.
10 menit pertama, kanan, kiri, kanan, kiri.
The first 10 minutes is observing left, right, left, right, left, right.
20 menit kemudian, jadi kita tambahin 10 menit. 20 menit kemudian angkat, letak.
The next up to the 20th minute mark, then it is about lifting up and then putting down your feet.
Tambah lagi 10 menit lagi, jadi 30 menit, yakni angkat, maju, letak.
At the next 10 minutes, up to the 30th minute mark, it is about lifting up and then moving forward and then putting down your feet.
Jadi tanpa terasa sudah habisnya.
Therefore, you might not notice that it will be 1 hour.
Nah, untuk langkah yang pertama, yang 10 menit itu,
Therefore, for the first 10 minutes,
sebelum meditasi ditenangkan dulu pikiran.
before you meditate, calm down your mind.
Kalau belum tenang, jangan jalan.
If you are not calm down yet, do not start walking.
Nah, kalau sudah tenang,
Once you feel the calm,
bisa mulai. Boleh kiri dulu, boleh kanan dulu.
you can start either from the left or from the right hand side.
Misalnya, kiri, kanan, kiri, kanan, kiri,
Left, right.
berhenti dulu, jangan buru-buru ya.
And stop and do not rush.
Nah, baru putar.
Then turn. Turn.
Di dalam hati ya.
Yeah. Repeat mentally that turning, turning, turning.
Tujuannya adalah supaya pikiran kita tidak mencari objek yang lain.
The aim is that so that our mind is not looking for other objects.
Nah, kemudian diam lagi, ditenangkan pikirannya lagi.
And then calm your mind down again.
Ketika berjalan, letak perhatian kita pada telapak kaki.
When you are walking, your attention is on the sole of your feet.
Kiri,
Left,
kanan,
right,
kiri,
left,
kanan,
right,
kiri.
left.
Nah, berhenti, tenangkan pikiran.
Stop and calm down the mind.
Ulang lagi dalam hati, nah, putar.
Repeat in mentally, turning, turning.
Ini juga latihan jadi orang sadar.
This is also practice to become someone who is patient.
Nah, 10 menit. Ya, 10 menit.
So 10 minutes.
Pencernaan kita jadi bagus.
Our digestion will also be good.
Nah, kemudian kita punya semangat juang juga jadi bagus juga. Semangat juang apa? Daya tahan ya.
For the lack of spirit to do something will also be strengthened, or also known as your resilience will also be strengthened.
Nah, setelah 10 menit nanti yang berikutnya tenangkan dulu pikiran.
And therefore, after 10 minutes, then calm your mind down again.
Ini yang langkah yang kedua yang 20 menit nanti bisa dilatih.
And now this is towards the 20th minute mark.
Letak.
Yeah, okay. Down,
Letak. Angkat.
up,
Letak.
down,
Angkat.
up,
Letak.
down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Stop, calm down, turn. Once you come down, then you start walking.
Letak, angkat,
Down, up,
letak,
down,
angkat,
up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Turn, turning.
Biasanya kalau nggak ada instruksi seperti ini, yang yogi-yogi itu sudah sampai ucap keluar.
Usually without these instructions, then you can see that the yogis is actually apa keluar apa? Okay.
Keluar itu ketika sudah berjalan begini, bukannya berhenti langsung.
Okay. So it means that when you are walking, you are actually not stopping, but directly just follow the motions.
Nah, kemudian yang langkah ketiga.
Then now the third stage.
Letak,
Down,
angkat,
up,
maju,
forward,
letak,
down.
angkat,
Up,
maju,
forward,
letak,
down.
angkat,
Up, forward, down. Up, forward, down. Up, forward, down. Come down first, then turn. Turn.
letak, angkat,
Up,
maju,
forward,
letak,
down.
angkat,
Up,
maju,
forward,
letak,
down. Up, forward, down. Up, forward, down. Up, forward, down. So you repeat this mentally, you don't have to say it verbally.
Iya, karena kalau nggak dijelaskan begitu, nangkepnya orang angkat, maju, letak. Jadi perlu disampaikan juga. Jadi pencatatannya di dalam.
Yeah, because if I don't say like that, then some perhaps will voice it out. So it's very important to just mentally noting this within your mind.
Berkenaan dengan meditasi jalan tadi,
About the walking meditation just now,
sebetulnya juga selain membuat kita pikirannya jadi tenang, di situ juga melihat tentang ketidakkekalan juga.
actually, besides besides calming down the mind, it is also about looking at impermanence.
Seperti angkat, letak, itu menunjukkan ada kemunculan, ada kepadaman.
Just like the up and down motion of your feet, that also illustrates to you there is a rising and falling.
Itu sebetulnya juga perwujudan dari ketidakkekalan.
That is also the manifestations of impermanence.
Selain itu juga memperlihatkan kepada kita bahwasannya tidak ada diri yang kekal.
Besides, it also shows us that there is no permanent self.
Karena saat kita berjalan itu sesungguhnya banyak sekali perubahan.
Because as we are walking, there are a lot of changes
yang bisa kita kenali.
That we can take a note of.
Jadi sebetulnya ini sebagai cara juga untuk menumbuhkan pandangan terang, vipassana.
And this is also the way to develop insights, vipassana.
Karena kita melihat tentang anicca, dukkha, dan anatta.
Because we see anicca, dukkha, and anatta.
Dengan tubuh sebagai objeknya.
With body as the object.
Itu berkenaan dengan meditasi jalan.
That is about the walking meditation.
Sudah mengerti
Do you understand
tentang meditasi jalan?
about walking meditation?
Kira-kira akan dilakukan atau cukup diketahui?
Roughly you will do it or just know about it?
Biasanya kalau dijelaskan, paham.
Usually once explained, do you understand? Understand Bante.
Dilakukan,
But will you do it?
ya sebisa mungkin nanti di rumah. Tidak perlu jarak yang panjang. Sebetulnya jarak seperti tadi kurang lebih ya 5 atau 6 bisa dilakukan.
So as much as you can, do it also at home. You don't need a very long distance, just roughly about 5 to 6 langkah ya, Bante?
Meter.
5 to 6 meters distance is good enough.
Memang di wihara-wihara hutan biasanya tempat cangkamana itu sampai ada yang 12 meter, ada yang 10 meter.
And usually, indeed, in the monasteries in Bhutan, when people are doing Changkamana, I think walking meditation, Bante.
Ya, walking meditation.
Yeah, walking meditation. The distance that they do is actually 12 meters, or if not 10 meters.
Jadi kalau terlalu panjang, terlalu cepat, lelah.
If it is too long the distance and too fast, then you will feel tired.
Ya, nanti di rumah ya bisa digunakan ya.
So you can use that at home.
Ya terkhusus kalau sedang tidak bersemangat.
Especially when you are not feeling energetic.
Jadi jangan dipakai rebahan aja.
So don't lie down only.
Banyak sekali sebetulnya manfaat ya dari kita melatih meditasi berjalan.
There are a lot of benefits by doing walking meditation.
Sang Buddha sendiri juga memberikan satu teladan di pagi hari.
The Buddha also show us an example in the morning.
Jadi sebelum melihat siapa yang hari ini bisa dibantu, ya beliau ya cangkamana. Setelah cangkamana beliau akan melihat siapa yang hari ini ya orang yang punya batin yang sudah matang.
So the Buddha will scan the beings who actually need help, and then after he will do his Changkamana, and after doing the Changkamana, then he will scan the world again to see who can actually benefit from or can develop the insights today.
Ya ini sebagai bagian untuk ya mempromosikan meditasi jalan.
So this is a part of promoting the walking meditation.
Ya, karena umumnya orang lebih favorit meditasi duduk.
Usually people will prefer the sitting meditation.
Dari tahun ke tahun, problem meditasi duduk adalah kaki sakit.
For years, the problem of sitting meditation is the painful leg.
Maka cari pengalaman yang lain dengan meditasi berjalan.
Therefore, look for another experience by walking meditation.
Atau meditasi berdiri.
Or standing meditation.
Oh iya, tadi lupa. Satu, meditasi berdiri belum. Tidak lengkap nanti.
Okay, I forgot about the standing meditation. So it's incomplete.
Ya. Jadi,
so Bante will demonstrate on standing meditation.
Untuk meditasi berdiri itu dilakukan harus menghadap tembok.
For standing meditation, this must be done while facing a wall.
Jarak antara kita dengan tembok 1 dekat.
The distance between us and the wall should be 1 palm away.
Jadi ini jaga-jaga. Jadi kalau Kenapa harus menghadap ke tembok? Ya, ini salah satu bentuk indriya samwara juga.
So why this must face a wall? This is a form of indriya samvara.
Pengendalian pintu indriya.
That means controlling the sense of door of senses. Yeah, sense of doors.
Jadi kalau temboknya ada ke sana ada gambarnya ya. Itu temboknya. Kalau ke sini enggak ada. Jadi ada ke sini. Jadi nanti kalau di antara ibu bapak mau coba meditasi berdiri, Anda bisa. Nah, kira-kira perhatikan dari kepala sampai kaki.
So pay attention from the top of your head to the sole of your feet.
Kalau seandainya sudah tenang, bisa memperhatikan nafas masuk.
Once you experience calmness, you can pay attention to breathing in and breathing out.
Jadi ini yang lebih aman.
So this is safer.
Ya, jadi kalau mau jatuh,
Even though you fall down forward, yeah, you know what happens next.
jadi kalau tidak ada dinding di depannya,
Yeah.
matanya tertutup.
Okay. The eyes should be closed.
Bisa memperhatikan dari kepala sampai kaki dulu.
You can pay attention from your head to your foot so that you experience calmness first.
Baru nanti rasakan alaminya nafas masuk nafas keluar.
And then you will gradually feel the natural flow of your breath in and out.
Sambil mengerti nafas ini ada muncul, ada berhentinya.
And at the same time, you will also understand that this breathing, there is an arising, there is also the moment of cessation,
Cara untuk memahami anicca.
a way to comprehend anicca.
Meditasi berbaring tidak ada demonstrasi.
Lying down meditation, there is no demonstration.
Ada yang mau bertanya?
Anyone would like to ask questions?
Untuk meditasi yang berdiri, Bante, tangannya itu bisa kayak yang waktu pas walking meditation yang taruh di belakang juga atau hanya di depan aja?
For standing meditation, Bante, what's the right position for the palms? Is it in front or at the back?
Tidak masalah, boleh di depan juga boleh. Boleh di belakang.
Either one is fine, Bante said.
Yang penting tangannya diem aja.
Just make sure that your hands is static, not moving.
Ya. Kenapa meditasi itu tangannya dipegang begini supaya tidak banyak perhatian.
Why in meditation you actually put your palm together in front, for example, so that there is no need to actually pay attention to too much of things.
Terkhusus untuk meditasi jalan, itu kepalanya jangan toleh kiri, toleh kanan ya.
Especially for walking meditation, your head shouldn't turning left or right.
Khawatirnya tadi penjelasan saya, yang penting kan kata Bante, angkat, maju, letak. Makanya saya baru ingat, oh iya. Jadi tidak sambil matanya.
Okay, yeah. So the worry is that you will then say that Bante only say that during the walking meditation, just pay attention to up, forward, and down, and then never care any for anything else, and your head will start spinning from left to right, together with your eyes.
Dan waktu meditasi jalan, sebisa mungkin ini alas kakinya tidak dipakai.
And therefore, during the walking meditation, if possible, as much as possible, do not use any footwear.
Karena kalau dipakai nanti ya sama terus.
Because if you are using a footwear, that means that apanya yang sama Bante?
Sensasinya kan kalau pakai sandal kan nempelnya sandal lagi.
Then you will feel just the same sensations and you won't notice the difference.
Ya, jadi apakah di keramik? Ya. Karena kalau di karpet juga sulit loh.
Ya. Especially on carpet ya? Carpet ya, and especially on carpet also, for example, the sensation is almost equally the same on both of your feet. Ya.
Jadi kalau keramik kan sensasinya cukup keras ya, karena adem ya.
So if it is tiles, then the sensation is actually very clear because it is very solid.
Ya, seperti tanah apakah paving atau tanah yang itu kan keras, jadi terasa gitu.
Just like a very solid ground.
Jadi kalau pakai karpet itu sensasinya kurang begitu jelas.
So if you are walking on the carpet, then the sensation may not be so clear.
Nanti kalau kurang jelas sensasinya, nanti pikirannya yang lebih cenderung untuk mencari objek yang lain.
If the sensation is not so clear to you, then the mind will start to look for another objects or sensations.
Yaitu tambahan soal meditasi jalan.
Okay, so that is the additional instructions for the walking meditation.
Ya, saya pikir nasinya juga udah turun.
So I guess that your food has been adjusted.
Kita lanjutkan kembali meditasi duduk.
We will continue the sitting meditation.
Yang mungkin mau meditasi jalan, ya silakan dicoba di samping, ya enggak apa-apa. Ya.
So perhaps for those who would like to do walking meditation, you can do it on the sides.
Untuk yang berikutnya, kita akan menggunakan waktu selama kira-kira 45 menit, sanggup?
For the next one, we will do 45 minutes. Are you able to do 45 minutes?
Ya, dicoba ya, jangan cuma 30 terus.
Okay, let's try it. Don't just do 30 minutes.
Yes. Ambillah sikap duduk yang nyaman.
Take a comfortable sitting position.
Anda letakkan telapak tangan di pangkuan Anda.
Place both of your palms on your feet.
Atau Anda letakkan di atas paha Anda.
Or you can also put it on top of your thighs.
Anda tegakkan tulang punggung Anda.
You set your spine on upright position.
Pejamkanlah mata masing-masing.
Close your eyes.
Dengan mata terpejam, arahkanlah perhatian Anda pada tubuh jasmani.
With eyes closed, now direct your attention to your body.
Anda sadari saat ini saya sedang duduk di sini.
You are aware that now you are sitting down here.
Perhatikanlah tubuh jasmani masing-masing.
Pay attention to your own body.
Jika ada ketegangan-ketegangan, berusahalah untuk dirilekskan.
If there are tensions around, try to relax it.
Rasakanlah kenyamanan saat ini.
Feel the comfort of now.
Rasakanlah ketenangan saat ini.
Feel the calmness at this moment.
Rasakanlah kebahagiaan saat ini.
Feel the happiness at this moment.
Arahkan perhatiannya pada tulang punggung Anda.
Direct your attention to your spine.
Beberapa saat, apakah 10 menit ataukah 15 menit, Anda arahkan ke tulang punggung Anda.
Be it for the next 10 or 15 minutes, direct your attention to your spine.
Ketika tubuh Anda nyaman, pikiran Anda tenang, barulah arahkan perhatiannya pada napas masuk, napas keluar.
When your body has calmed down and your mind has also calmed down, then pay attention to your breathing.
Sambil memahami tentang ketidakkekalan.
And at the same time, understand and comprehend the impermanence.
Fenomena apapun yang muncul pada tubuh jasmani ini,
whatever phenomenon that arises from this body,
pahamilah ini tidak kekal.
Understand them that they are not permanent.
Agar ketidakkekalan bisa berkembang di dalam batin kita.
So that impermanence will be able to develop in your mind.
Sekarang,
now,
tenangkan pikirannya.
calm our mind down.
Rasakan kembali kebahagiaan saat ini.
Feel the happiness right now.
Letakkan perhatiannya pada objek.
Place your attention to the object.
Meditasi dilanjutkan.
And let's continue our meditation.
meditasi selesai.